Well, it is that time again where I tell you guys exactly what happened after RoW. Alright, so as I've always said before, every single time I leave the RoW arena, I'm going to make a video about it. So today is no different. There was a show that was today, and honestly, I didn't even know that the show was today. I knew about the show being today, literally, I think either yesterday morning or the night before. I didn't even know. I just remember getting a message from the basically Booker T's lieutenant, just basically saying, hey, you gonna be here for the show? Huh? Sure, I can show up, no problem. I ain't got nothing else to do, right? Because I just freaking lost my job. So I go, but I went over there, and the breakout show, as every single reality of wrestling show, is always spectacular. It had like had a great card, had a great main event, got a chance to see some WWE IDs, and it just really, it didn't click that I actually connect with a handful of the wrestlers over there until today, because as I've said before, I lost my job. I'm really depressed about it. I'm really bummed out about it. And I may or may not have accidentally posted what could be considered a cryptic message on my Instagram stories. Just me just sort of screaming, why can't I ever win? Just once. And I don't know why I'm holding this spoon. But people actually read that, and people actually asked me how I was doing. And that spoke to me a little bit, because I honestly didn't think that I was being seen. I never really think that I'm being seen. I don't really think that I'm remembered that much. And that's why I always tell people my name when I meet them, even if I've met them a few times. I always let them know, hey, by the way, my name is Manny. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that I'm so used to them not remembering who I am. And I actually had to stop doing that with the queen herself, because she's like, I know who you are. I'm like, oh. But yeah, the show was good. I had to convince some people that I wasn't losing my mind, even though I most certainly was. And I ain't gonna lie, I miss wrestling. I ain't gonna lie. Like, watching that show and watching everything that was happening, it just made me miss wrestling all over again. Because, and the more I miss wrestling, the more I think of Cameron, and the more I remember that Cameron's no longer here. And I ain't gonna lie, like, watching the wrestling matches from now on has really kind of like just gave me like a really mixed feelings, because on one hand I miss wrestling, but on the other hand, Cameron was literally like the best opponent I think I ever had. And there was actually a part of the show where one of the wrestlers actually went for a plancha. For those who don't know, it's literally like a jump to the outside from the inside of the ring, and he did it almost exactly like how I did it to Cameron the very first time I ever did a dive to anybody. Because he grabbed onto the ropes, and then he just left his hands out and got caught. And so I saw that, and the first thing that went through my mind is that's exactly how it looked. Well, not exactly, but that's how it mostly looked when I planched it on camera. So it definitely made me miss him. But like I said, it's like I said, good memory. Obviously, it's bittersweet because Cam's no longer with us. But yeah. But with everything else going on, it does feel good to know that I'm actually being seen and I'm actually being cared about. It's like, Big Bear came over and just basically sort of like let me know, hey, you know, bad things happen, but good things also happen too. And I guess that's something I really need to hear. So that definitely helps. Gonna try my best to end this on a positive note, because like I said, I did go over there. I did have a great time as per usual. I got a chance to see the queen and like adorn her in all of her amazing glory. I got a chance to encounter people that there was this guy, is big guy over there, big guy, red hair, big red beard. His name was Brownie. Like, why not Reddy, right? And he was, like I said, he was a cool guy the whole time. Like, I'm having a conversation with him, and he's telling me everything about Australia, and he's telling me about the Great Emu War, which apparently, like I said, if you actually learn about the Great Emu War, it's still impressive that they lost to emus, but it's not as spectacular as as you think it is. And the only reason I even know what the Great Emu War is because of this series called Koala Man on Hulu. But like I got a chance to talk with them. They're really cool people. But like that was like really cool to me. By the way, it's just there's always like one thing about professional wrestling that you tend to that is really easy to forget. That is just literally a group of some of the it's theater kids with muscles. Everybody is nice. Everybody is lovable. Everybody is like just big old. Everybody is sweet. Everybody's also kind of weird and awkward. But like obviously when that bell rings, now everybody has to rip heads off. But like I said, I would go down the list of what am I like what I liked in every match, but like I don't really want to like make this video any longer than I want it to be. But like I said, it was a good show. Had a good time. I miss my friend Cameron. I'm glad to be. It feels like I'm making new friends every time I go over there. But for sure, I definitely miss wrestling. For sure, I do miss wrestling. But also completely off context here. But I think I have an ingrown toenail, and it hurts like heck. So it's hurting to walk, but I'm obviously like I'm not gonna go to the doctor because I'm not trying to owe money. But hopefully it's not an ingrown toenail. It just hurts like heck. I don't know what it is. So there's that. But yeah, I do miss wrestling. I ain't gonna lie. Like, God, man, I stood in a ring, like trying to sweep the ring off before the show even started, and I'm just standing on the ropes. Like I could moonsault off of these things right now. Like just immediately. I'm telling you, man, you get in that ring. If you've yarded before and you've gotten a wrestling ring, it's just it's a feeling, man. It's a vibe. By the way, I want to go ahead and take this time to also talk about something with professional wrestling as well. Obviously, all those wrestlers getting released from WWE. In my opinion, I truly 100% believe that you will never, if WWE ID is what I think it is, you will never truly be fired from WWE because I'm pretty sure there's an attempt to make a territories thing. So it's like it was not really that you get fired from WWE as much as you get relocated to another WWE company. It feels like a territories thing. I don't really expect that to actually be the case, but if there is a territories thing in professional wrestling, I'd love to see it. Honestly, like I said, professional wrestling has gotten bigger. It's becoming like much more expansive. I mean, like, why not? Let's bring back the territories. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the worst that could possibly happen other than it being WWE that's the head instead of NWA, which also, let's face it, NWA territories definitely should make a comeback as well. Like, think about it. NWA territories versus WWE territories. I'm talking like faction wars all over the place. I think that would be wonderful. Also, Jey Uso definitely deserved to win the Royal Rumble. I know I'm late talking about that, but like, he does. Like, he absolutely 1,000,000% does. And if you don't think so, it's probably because you really wanted somebody else to win, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with wanting somebody else to win. But let's just be like logical here. He's the most over guy. Like, you're all doing this. I mean, like, think about this real quick. Travis Scott's Fiend song is for Mania, right? Fiend, 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 Fiend. I'm telling you. But yeah, Jey Uso definitely deserved his Royal Rumble win. Don't try to take that away from him just because you wanted somebody else to win. But I mean, like I said, I'm just glad it was Jey Uso and not Logan. I hate that. I hate that dude so much. I also love what WWE and TNA are doing right now. I just think it's a beautiful thing. And I'm begging, hoping, praying that we get a chance to see Jonathan Gresham in WWE one day. Because him versus Chad Gable would bang. That match would hit so hard, bro. Like, I'm manifesting it into the universe, and I'm praying that it happens. Lord, if the universe is listening, please give us Jonathan Gresham versus Chad Gable. Please. I could talk about wrestling stuff all day, and I actually could. I actually should, because it makes me feel better. Because I'm still relatively bummed out. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Also, if you actually watch my stuff, definitely recommend watching Ashe Wrestling, Reality of Wrestling, and ooh God, I forgot the other one. Black Wrestlers Matter. And we'll talk again. Love and peace, and here's to next time.